Hello children, today I am going to explain you the chapter 11, that is the proposal. It is from First Flight book. The Russian gentry. A marriage proposal is a one-act farce. It is fast-paced play of dialogue-based action and situational humor. It takes place on a country estate in late 19th century Russia. The characters are members of the privileged class known as the gentry. These wealthy landowners employed peasants to work their fields, which allowed them to enjoy a life of leisure. Writers of farces often poked fun at the habits of gentry, including their tendency to marry for money rather than love. The characters and characterizations are: first character main is Stephen. Chobakov is a landowner. His physical looks like 60 years old. He is a kind man and polite, for instance, to his neighbor. He is relaxed and senile. Second character is Natalia. Natalia is Chobakov's daughter. She is 25 years old. Natalia is a fussy girl. She wants to get everything what she wants. She is in love. She is like a lovesick cat. Ivan. Ivan is a neighbor of Chobakov. He is 35 years old, a critical age. Ivan is a large and hearty. If he gets nervous, his heart's palpitating awfully, especially when faced with Natalia. He does not have a brave in front of women. The setting of the play is the living room is in Russia, and the author has discovered as the curtain rises, Lomov enters formally wearing a dress suit. The theme of the play is, there are two basically themes. One is principles complicate minor issues, and the second is the play suggests that love sometimes is not important in marriages. It is the other way to stabilize financial status. There are different key points of this chapter. First is Lomov is received in Chobakov's house. Lomov tells him the purpose of his visit. Chobakov consents. Lomov thinks of Natalia as his own life. Natalia and Lomov together talk. Lomov starts talking of his land. Lomov explains the ownership. Argument continues. Shouting starts. Chobakov sides with Natalia. Abuses exchange. Accusation exchange. Chobakov tells the purpose behind Lomov's visit. Fighting over dogs. Fighting continues. Personal accusation. Lomov becomes unconscious. And the last is Chobakov gives his daughter's hand to Lomov. Lomov, wearing a formal dress, enters the living room of the mansion of Chobakov. His neighbor and friend Chobakov warmly accepts him, shakes hand and offers a seat. So these are the different points which you can see in this slide. But the explanation I am giving you, listen it and try to understand it. The proposal introduction. The proposal is a one-act play that begins with a young man, Lomov, presenting a marriage proposal to his neighbor's daughter. Before he could actually convey it to the girl, they enters into an argument about oxen meadows. Chobakov, the lady's father, also joined the heated discussion. After they end this, they enter into another argument about their dogs and which one is better than the other. In the midst of all this, proposal gets forgotten until Lomov falls off due to his palpitations, and Chobakov instantly puts her daughter's hands in Lomov's. Unfortunately, the quarrel still continues. So, the summary is, the curtain rises with Lomov entering his neighbor Chobakov's house, fully dressed up in his evening attire. Chobakov is surprised to see him well dressed and asks him the occasion. Lomov reveals that he had come to make a request. Chobakov anticipates that he must have come to ask for money, which he doesn't intend on giving. On being revealed that Lomo had come to ask for Chobakov's daughter, Natalia's hand in marriage, Chobakov gets filled with excitement and leaves to call Natalia. Lomov is a 35 years old gentleman who suffers from palpitations, gets upset very easily and doesn't sleep well. He thinks it is the best age for him to get married, and he is happy that he has his mind made up about Natalia. According to him, Natalia is average looking and a good housekeeper. When Natalia arrives, Lomo begins the conversation about how grateful and glad he is that both their families are on good terms since the very beginning. While continuing to talk about his land, he somehow mentions that Oxen Meadows, which earlier was a disputed property but is now his. Natalia couldn't believe a word he was saying because she believes that Oxen Meadows belong to her family. Both of them enter into a heated discussion and act childishly when Chobakov enters just to get the conversation more heated. They shout and scream while Lomov suffers from extreme pounding of the heart, a side pull and a numb foot. They throw Lomov out of the house and continue cursing him. While speaking ill of him, Chobakov unintentionally reveals that he had come with a marriage proposal for Natalia, which surprises Natalia, and she immediately regrets sending him out. She tells her father to bring him back immediately, and Chobakov curses himself on being a father of a grown-up daughter. When Lomov returns, Natalia tries to deviate to another topic. So in the slide, it's a slide of model lesson, and in this I'm showing you the dialogues which are spoken between Natalia and Lomov over the Oxen Meadows. And then they start fighting involving their dogs. So the dogs' name are Squeezer and Guess. Natalia feels that her dog name is Squeezer. Her Squeezer is better than Lomo's Guess. They continue arguing when Chobakov enters the scene only to make the situation worse once again. So everyone gets hyper and Lomo finally falls due to his palpitations. And even then, the cursing continues when suddenly Natalia notices that he is unconscious. They try to get water down his throat but end up getting unsuccessful and declare him dead. It is only when Lomos moves a little bit, they feed him some water, and Chobakov forcefully hands over Natalia's hand to him, gives him blessing and asks them to kiss. Lomov, still not fully conscious, doesn't understand what is going on. When he finally comes to his senses, he expresses his excitement and kisses Natalia's hands. Natalia, being childish as she is, manipulates him into accepting that Squeezer is better than Guess, but Lomo, being adamant as he is, refuses to accept it. Once again the quarreling continues. Now, there are two types of conflicts are shown in this play. First is man versus man. Here, Lomo's principle against Natalia is shown in the play. And the second is man versus society. The idea that Lomo wants to marry Natalia not because love but for economic stability. The idea of economic stability is not because he wants, but it is what the society do, which became one's perspective for marriages. So the conclusion is, content the man and the society In this story, the man faced by the society in around. The story is so funny with the actor and actress which so funny. This drama can entertainment us and the story so easy to understand. There are any three characters in this story, Stephen, Natalia and Ivan. We can take the positive point of this story. There are the differences of us which cannot be something that makes someone be enemy. Finally, the differences of us will be something that good and nice in the end. So we must accept the differences between us and then respect each other. So the end of the play is that the new life is beginning. Thank you for listening this chapter, and I hope you will read the chapter carefully and try to understand it. Thank you very much.